Kamil, welcome again. Good to
Thanks,
see you.
Tibor. Thanks. Very good to see you too.
Excellent. We are in a new setting today, a little bit outside.
Yes, we are, and I like it. It's a little bit different. We obviously didn't have a chance to get to our usual place, but it's quite nice to get here. And as long as it's not gonna rain, it's all good.
Hopefully. Yes, definitely. So, I would like to ask you a couple of questions about setting goals, and maybe you could tell something about visualization as well. How important do you think it is in somebody's life, or maybe from a sport person perspective or a business person perspective? Could you tell anything about that?
Sure. I mean, I start with the goal setting because I find it that there are two different things: goal setting and visualization. Goal setting, I think, it's very important, essential. I mean, it's if you haven't got goal in life, I mean, where are you going? You know, where are you going? I mean, why are you waking up? And I mean, I think we all should have some goals. You know, it could be one goal, it could be 10 goals, but I think we should have some goals because it's like being on a boat and just like where are we going? Oh, we haven't got goal. So I think without goal, I mean, where is the excitement to? I mean, you like some people live very much in a moment. They literally day by day, whatever comes to them, you know, they 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 don't have necessarily many goals or such. They're quite happy. They probably are in a job and they have family. And but I think even for family or maybe for your kids, you have like small goals perhaps to make from them great kids one day, or sorry, great people one day. Or I think everyone has goals in some way. I think the difference is whether you follow those goals, whether you are doing actions towards them, or whether it's just a dream, something which you would want to have, but never really believe that it can be achieved. So I think goal setting as such is usually it's a process. Like you really think deeply. You probably start with writing out ideas, and you for goals, what you actually want in life, you write them out, and then you start to narrow it down maybe to 5 or 8 goals, which are the most important, and maybe narrow it down even more, top 3, which you need to focus on to start with. They are the most important or most, not urgent, but the ones which you really want to achieve first. And then obviously next step would be why I want to achieve. Perhaps you should ask that question because that why will give you drive. That will give you drive. Why are you doing it, every day? Because this and this and this. But why you want that? Maybe ask few whys, few layers of whys will get you to absolute core and foundation of why you want those goals. And then next step would be probably, okay, what needs to be done? What needs to be done? What actions do I need to take? What areas this goal contains? And who could help me with? Like, who could help me with this goal? Is there anyone who I could approach who's done that maybe? Or, you kind of model maybe other people. Or so goal setting, and also after that you want to set up something like certain habit in a week. Okay, I'm going to work on this goal every week, once a week, on Wednesday from this, or every day for half an hour or hour. I don't know. It's really up to you, but I think you should have some strategy to it. You should have a little bit set time on it, because otherwise, you know how it is. Your time will fill with all sorts of distractions or all sorts of other things, as we know, unless you literally schedule it into your diary. So that's in regards to goal setting. I think everyone should have some goal, because otherwise, it's
There's no meaning.
there's not so much meaning. No, I kind of get some people perhaps who say, "Oh no, I just live in the moment. I just live in the moment. I'm just trying to enjoy every." As you say, I try to smell the roses. That means like you just live in the moment, and I think we all should live more in the moment. Don't take me wrong in that one, but I think we also should have goals. So I think we need to have both, because that's true, and I'm also guilty of that. That I had so many goals, or I had so many kind of ambitions that I would constantly just live in a future. I want this, I want that, and I constantly chasing, and I never ground myself before. I never used to ground myself for a moment. Jesus, just take a breath. Take a breath. Close your eyes. Smell the roses. You know what I mean? Like, enjoy the moment sometimes. Not just chase. So, but I got to the conclusion that I think the balance in that is ideal. You want to live in the moment, but you also want to have some goal to strive for. At least I do. You know, I can say for myself. And in regards to visualization, that could help you towards achieving that goal. So visualization is very powerful because what you're doing, you are rewiring your mindset. You are rewiring your setup in your mind. Right now, it's a certain setup. You have certain beliefs. You have certain way you're doing things habitually because you've been doing it for years and years that way. But visualizing is so powerful. If you do it again consistently, you can rewire some negative habits, some negative beliefs, some negative way of doing things. I think it's very powerful because what you're doing, you're bringing new pictures, new visualization to your mind, and if you do it enough, it will stick on your mind. And actually, what starts to happen, because you are visualizing it every day, even if it's for like 5-10 minutes, you start to see those opportunities which will bring you towards that vision. So I think it can be very, very, very powerful because all what you do, you make your mind more aware of the goal you want to achieve in real life. So you're walking, so you do the visualization, and then you have the day ahead of you, and your mind subconsciously almost searching for ways or steps to get closer to that vision, because your mind eventually gets the intention that what you're trying to do is to achieve that vision. That's why you visualize it. You visualize it because that's your goal. And your mind gets it. Subconsciously will start to find ways and opportunities to achieve it. So I think it's very powerful. So it's a tool how to achieve your goals.
Yeah.
So they are definitely related.
Definitely. Well, I fully agree with you. Basically, I think a lot of people make the mistake that they set their kind of unrealistic goals, or they set so many goals that you mentioned, and suddenly they are like people when you have so many trails and you want to go everywhere but you don't go anywhere because there's so many things going different left and right. So as you said, it is important to have a goal in life, because life without the goals, I don't think it works very well. Earlier or later it will catch you, and then you will become a lost soul, I would say. And again, the goals can be very simple. It can be set up for the day. You wake up and you know that, I don't know, evening I want to attend that meeting, or I want to attend that cinema ticket. How can I get there? You know, so it can be day by day. It can be on the long distance as well. Yes. And it's very individual. Some people really stick to it. You know, they plan everything and write down everything and they go step by step. And some people just let it like a free flow. They will get there. Yeah. But with the visualization, as you said, basically they set their mind on it, kind of a little bit like a pre-meditation, meditate on it. And if we were talking about meditation a couple of weeks ago, it's basically very similar. You can picture something. You can meditate that way as well. That you're picturing something, certain scenario. And there is a study done on it as well. I think it was done with Australia with the basketball team, where they split the team to 3 parts. There was a group who did just visualization. There was a group who did practice and visualization, and there was a group who did just practice. And it was shooting to the target, shooting to the basketball. And the best group who achieved it was the group with visualization and practice. The group who did just visualization was the worst one, and the group who just practiced was the second. So that shows you. That shows you.
It makes sense.
That shows you that you need that visualization, but you need action as well. Absolutely. Just sitting and thinking about something and not doing anything about, like you mentioned, not going to happen.
Worse together.
And again, just not having that visualization, not having that imaginary feeling, and just doing something, that doesn't work either as good as if you combine the two things together. Right. So I believe it is very important. And I think everybody, like you said, everybody a little bit do it through the day. Even a lot of time we don't think about that, but in certain sense you do it anyway. You do it. You're thinking about, oh, I have to go shopping Saturday. You go big shopping, and in your mind you think, I need this. What if they're not going to have it? And it's a form of visualization. It's a form of setting goals. What do you think about that?
But with that type of thing, it's not intentional necessarily.
Yes.
Like the people who, let's say, just suddenly the thought pops up about shopping. It pops up. Oh yeah, I need to buy that. But often they don't make a note, or it just pop in. But the same way as it popped out, it just gone.
I didn't mean it that just you come up and you want something. But let's say I do it that I plan. Saturday we're going to do a big shopping.
Yes.
It's already pre-planned. We're thinking, look, what do we need? This, in case of this.
So
I didn't really mean it like, oh, I just wake up and I need something. So it's kind of more pre-planned. That's type of goal setting. That's what I meant more. Or the other option or another example could be you're booking your holiday, maybe a winter holiday. So you book it. That's a goal for you.
Absolutely.
It's 3-4 months to get there. And then
something
you have
to look forward to.
Exactly. And then you know that to that time you maybe need to have a little bit more workload or something to work around these days. And then you maybe visualize. Then you visualize, how it's going to be somewhere in a nice island. It's going to be sunny. So it's a form of...
I tell you what is beautiful about this type of thing, about booking a holiday ahead, 3, 4, 6 months, whatever, is the anticipation. And especially when you are going with other group of people and you have, let's say, WhatsApp group. Like we just did it recently, we were going to Hamburg, and the anticipation of that trip was amazing. For months we were just saying what are we going to do in there and banter around it and all that excitement. Everyone already was visualizing. We were sending pictures, look, this is in Hamburg, this is there, we can go there, this. It's the anticipation is beautiful part of it, that you book something ahead, 6 months, 3 months, but then it's talking about it, anticipation that you are already getting excited about it. So that's something which is very nice about it. That you make the decision, you book it, and then you build up all that excitement about it.
Exactly.
All the time.
And you probably could tell from your experience, you as a professional wrestler, that let's say your goal was some kind of competition. You wanted to go there, so it took basically you had to plan it to achieve that goal. You were preparing, training, things like that, right? So you could talk about maybe this one a little bit. Setting goals in sport, let's say.
Yeah, absolutely. Visualization in sport is very common, and I think those who do that will achieve better results. As you said in the study, if there is a basketball player and he visualizes the match even before the match starts, I think he already priming his mind or setting his mind for performing better. I must say I wasn't, like greatly aware of it when I was a kid or when I was, younger, and I was definitely doing it sometimes, and I didn't even know that much about it. Or even if I heard about it, I didn't really pay attention at that time. Now I know it would be hugely beneficial, but I still visualize. Visualize because let's say often we would have a wrestling day on Saturday and I would have 4 or 5 matches, and then sometimes I would get to final or I would get to semi-final, and that would be next day. And I would already, by the end of the day, when you kind of falling asleep and you're tired after matches, but you know you're going to have this match and you exactly know who is it going to be. You're already visualizing how he's wrestling. You know his technique because you know him well from other matches like you were watching. So you're already thinking how you're going to approach that match. Okay, am I going to start maybe attacking soon because he is not fit and I will try to chase him until I kind of wear him down, or is it that it needs to be a really kind of tactical match? So you already start to kind of visualize that match. How is it going to be? How I'm going to approach it? How I'm going to go about it? So certainly I was doing it, even like whether I knew that it's really valuable or not, I was doing it. And it's kind of natural, especially when you know the other opponent and you know how to prepare about it. So, but I wish I would put to it more attention or more importance, because I think it could help me even further. But in sport is kind of very common.
And what do you think? when is it when it can go wrong? Like, because there are a couple of examples that people set some goals or visualize something, and then it doesn't happen as they imagine it, and then it can turn really badly, like an upset or just. So why do you think this happening? Why do you think what's the main cause? Or what you should avoid when you're setting goals or when you're visualizing?
It's a good question. I mean, I don't think you do anything wrong if you visualize. You visualize. That doesn't mean it's going to necessarily always happen that way. But I think it's like you're increasing chances happen. You are increasing chances that goal to happen if you do that visualizing. It's like, yes, you do. You can. It's exactly like basically coming back to the basketball team and to that study. You can only practice. You can only do the action without visualizing. But the study showed the best result you get when you also visualize on top of it. So what I'm saying is like you might visualize certain things and they might not come true. They might not happen. You just need to have that philosophy or that kind of mindset that if it doesn't happen, that's okay. It might happen a week later or a month later or a year later. Just stay kind of positive and stay in a belief that it will happen. It might cost you 5 minutes of your time, and it's worth it. You never know when the life brings that opportunity, and you will be able to achieve it. So, I think you just have to have mindset, not be disappointed, not have huge expectations from the visualization.
That's what I wanted to ask you.
Not expecting it that I'm going to do it for a week, and it has to happen after that week. And if it doesn't, visualization doesn't work. You can't have mindset. You need to be a little bit patient. You need to also enjoy the journey. You need to just trust the process. That is the phrase. Trust the process.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't come, I'm not saying you have to do it forever, but perhaps by that time, if it doesn't work for 3 months, 6 months, and you thought before that by that time you should have that or you should achieve it, perhaps by that time you learn some new things, some new circumstances, some new situations, and perhaps your direction of how you're going to achieve it changes. Maybe you would try to achieve it from different angle, different way, and as soon as you do the small adjustment, it will suddenly happen. So sometimes you can't just knock on the same door and then not trying any other option.
That's right.
So you just need to be flexible as well in your visualization and in your approach how to achieve it.
Would you suggest or would you tell that it's good to talk about that with other people as well? So if you get to a certain point when your goal is not going as you think, that let's say you approach somebody who could give you some advice or help you, do you think it's important?
Very good question, because I think people are split on this. I think people are really split on this. Some people say, share your goals, I don't know whether you need to share the visualizations, but some people say share your goals and share your progress because it gives you pressure, accountability, that people will be asking you, so how is it going? Like, where are you now? And you feel the pressure, and for some people this might really work. That because you feel that pressure, I already told you, I already told all my other friends, I mean, how I'm going to look if you ask me next week and I'm like, I haven't done anything about it. So that type of pressure could drive you to action. So that's one side of the argument. The second side of the argument is I heard also from other people that, keep this for yourself. It's for you to know what you're working on. Don't just talk about it to other people, just go after it, plan it, set the time in diary and just do it for yourself. Visualize. Maybe you mentioned your best friend or mentioned to your wife or something, but the other side of argument is like, don't talk about it to everyone, because if it doesn't happen, people will like, so why you haven't worked on that? Or you get, perhaps for some people it could affect you if you say too many people start asking and it's not happening. It might really kind of irritate you, or it might frustrate you, or so there are two sides. In regards to me, I think I like to share. I like to share with people who I know they will support me or they will have good response to it. Good perception on it. Like someone who will be supportive and will understand if it doesn't happen. It's not gonna like, oh, you should leave it. Like it's not negative type of feedback. So I like to share because I'm excited. I'm excited. I like to share, and I don't mind then to share even further. How is it progressing, even if it's not moving? So yeah. That's it. What about you?
Well,
What's
I think
on which side of things you are?
definitely. I would say that it's important to be surrounded with like-minded people, like you said, and then share with these people. And sometimes it's good to get some kind of answer because sometimes you can stuck on your road.
Feedback.
Feedback, exactly.
Feedback.
Sometimes you can stuck on the road, and maybe the answer is just there in front of you, but you don't see it for certain reason. And somebody can give you a little bit of advice or some kind of direction, and you say, "Oh yeah, it's here."
Yes.
And that sometimes just a little bit of push can really help you and get to the goal where you want to get. So, 100%. I would say that I agree with you, and I think as well that I know. Let's say you are a personal trainer, a fitness coach. You probably work with people like that. They have some kind of goal, and sometimes they struggle. They want to achieve lose weight or be stronger or recovering from injury, and sometimes they struggle maybe because of they don't have a good day, things like that. And that's when you step in and trying to kind of support them and give them a bit of direction. Is that right?
Sure. I mean, you are there to support them in their mission or in their goal to achieve it. So, absolutely, you want to set certain set of actions which they should stick to. You're not going to be perfect. Let's be honest. Very few people can be perfect in a way that they really stick to 100% to everything what they set themselves to do. So you need to be a little bit flexible. I think very important is not to beat yourself down, but also not to belittle every time you not do something. Doesn't matter because I think it's the balance again. Like you shouldn't beat yourself. I haven't done it again, so I forget about it altogether. That's a shame. That's a shame. I think you should bounce back. You should get back on track. If you fail on something, maybe one day you won't eat the healthy food or you won't exercise. Don't beat yourself up. It's now all spoiled. No, it's not all spoiled. Just bounce back next day and start again. Eat that healthy food next day and have exercise next day. Bounce back. It's okay. Sometimes you fail. Sometimes you had planned to do something. You had planned to train. Something went there, or you were like extremely tired, really didn't feel like it. Okay, you didn't do it, even though you planned it. Don't beat yourself for it down. It's not the end of the world as long as you come back to it. And the majority of the days you're doing the right thing. It's all about making sure the majority of the time you're doing it right. If there are days which you don't do it or you fail, oh well, it's life. It's not the end of the world. So that's nice. What's your few goals? You can say short term. You also can mention long term, and also you can mention in like any areas.
So we were discussing this one in another video. Basically, my goal is to kind of grow a little bit my business regarding the Chinese medicine acupuncture, and probably have building up the clientele more and more, having some online platform. But I have another goal for next year, which is I would like to travel to China.
Nice. I didn't even know that. You didn't even tell me. You're saying it first time on a camera.
That's it.
Thank you for that.
I was just chit-chatting with my wife about that one.
And how long will you go?
I would like to see. I'm not sure how long, but that's not the detail which actually I thought about. But my idea is to go to China, and because I'm a big fan of martial arts, as you know, and that Eastern philosophy, Taoism, and so on.
First thing, like on my mind came, are you gonna see the Great Wall?
Yes,
Chinese
definitely.
Wall?
That's one of my main things on the list. Another thing, I would like to visit the Shaolin Temple, and I would like to go visit the Wudang Mountains, which is the which is the birthplace of Taoism, basically. And so this is kind of my goal to the next year, which
that's very exciting goal. Wow,
that's
something to look forward
that's something which I've been planning in my head for many years. But I think this is the time when I have to do it now, or maybe later. It's not going to be enough time for it. So that's my goal.
Yeah, very nice. I mean, so you have this goal to go to China, and once we talk about holidays, I'm also very much looking forward to take next month. Literally in 1 month time, I'm taking my family to Corfu.
Oh, fantastic.
Corfu to Greece, which I've been once about 14 years ago, a long time ago. So I'm excited for a week in Corfu, but I think China is way more exciting.
Yeah, this is something
really cool.
something
Really
which
cool.
I always felt close connection. Somehow I never had an opportunity to get there. So
I ask you one more question, because I know you recently started with gym, to come back to gym after 5 years. To actually, because you do a lot of mixed martial arts, you're moving your body constantly, daily. So you work almost every day. But I'm interested why you decided to go back to gym after such a long time.
I used to go to gym regularly before, and I seen the benefits. Somebody who does martial arts, mixed martial arts, or any martial arts, I think gym is a very important part of it.
Okay.
Again, if you do it too much, it can be kind of counterproductive, but you need to do it cleverly. So you need to know what you need to achieve in that, going to the gym. And yes, I stopped going to the gym something like 5 years ago when I was in the middle of my studies at university. It was time-wise, and I just focused on other things. And it took me 5 years. I think now, because I understand what I'm missing if I don't go to the gym, so now I'm going back. And this is my first week. As I told you earlier, I was very sore. I have muscle ache all over my body. So that's kind of a small goal, but I'm already working on it. So that's a good thing. But China is the
it's a big one.
next big one, and I just talked to my wife recently about that one. Hopefully, we're gonna
I'm sure you can make it. I'm sure.
Definitely.
Well, it sounds awesome. I'm just thinking whether we covered everything about visualization and goal setting, but I think we kind of exhaust quite,
And I just want to mention that if you're interested in the mastermind and you'd like to know more about, maybe have any question or need help setting some goals or visualization, you can contact Kamil here, or just send a message or email to us.
Yeah, especially when you are in a business at the start, from like 0 to 3 years, and especially if you work for yourself or you work on your own, solopreneur, because I know often you can't really bounce your ideas like with someone. You work on your own behind a computer, behind a laptop, and it's quite nice to have this group for feedback, for seeing opportunities, for accountability, for partnerships, you name it. So yeah, definitely get in contact. And same thing in terms of Tibor. Tibor is fantastic in terms of anything from Eastern philosophy and really like applying it, and very balanced person. So yeah, just get in touch if you need help with anything, or you think of some kind of partnership, or you want to work with us in some level and in some sorts. So that's great for today, I think.
Fantastic. It's a pleasure, like always.
Thank you very much. Yeah, always pleasure. And we will see you guys in next video. Take care.